In this video, I will be discussing 4 cultural collection objects because they all focus around the institution of education and schools and the effects of mental health as seen in schools. Sociologists define institutions as a large organization that has a particular kind of work or purpose. And in this context, educational schools are large organizations that work together to provide education for the masses. The first institution current event is at Virginia Tech, which has faced scrutiny in the past for mental health. In 2007, many people raised questions about missed cues that Sung Hui Cho, who murdered 32 other students and then themselves, was a danger to himself and others. Natalie Keepers has been charged with helping another freshman dispose of a body of a 13-year-old girl who he murdered. She faced mental illnesses in high school, got treated in the fall at Virginia Tech, but then was told she no longer needed treatment in December after being a semester at Virginia Tech. This brings awareness to the idea that mental health isn't sufficiently addressed at universities. Another current event was that in January 2016, University of Pennsylvania suffered its 10th suicide in just 3 short years. Mental health problems in the Ivy League has become a national concern. UPenn has enacted 2 task forces to address the issue, but both have faced criticism from students for not being thorough and for lacking student representation. The Penn culture is that students put too much pressure on themselves and the competitiveness is extreme. There was a Facebook post I saw of a girl, third cultural object. There was a Facebook post I saw of a girl who was paralyzed from the waist down in the Columbine shooting. She posted a letter she received from the mother of the shooter, and the mother was apologizing and telling her about funding that she's providing for mental health resources to combat problems that her child, the shooter, was facing that ultimately led to his shooting. The fourth and last object dealing with schools is an event that's been happening near where I grew up in New York. In the past month, 2 sophomores at a nearby high school to where I grew up have committed suicide, jumped in front of trains on their way to school. It's caused a lot of distress in our community and has created dialogue about mental health in teenagers. So all in all, what this shows about the status of mentally disabled in modern American culture is that their status is becoming more aware. The dialogue is opening up about it, but there's still a lot to be done. They are still not being given the resources that they need to deal with their issues, especially as students. And there needs to be more institutionalized programs within schools and education systems to deal with mental health issues that students are facing.